Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video to the channel. So today is Friday, which only means one thing. Today is Marketwatch. So Marketwatch this week is a pretty big one because we have had the Sanctum of Rebirth update this Monday, which is probably one of the biggest PVM updates that we're going to see this year. So for the past couple of weeks, we haven't really seen a lot in terms of price changes for PVM stuff. We saw a little bit towards last week where we're starting to creep up in price. So I am expecting to see some of that this week. I have had a little bit of a peek at the sort of grand exchange rises over this week because we did do that little video on how to make profit with Sanctum of Rebirth. Now, when I did look, they were pretty good, so let's go and get into it. And as always, jump into the Runescape 3 price rises and price falls for this week. So as always, the quick disclaimer, the emotes and stuff like that, we are going to skip. Overrides and emotes aren't really beneficial to what we look at unless it's something brand new. If it's brand new, we'll always shout it out, but again, nothing really worthwhile. So we're going to start with the Necromancy runes, and it was something we did speak about in the video the other day. Very, very high at the minute, and almost to the point where they're over mid-price, and definitely something worthwhile looking into. Now, Necromancy runes, from their sort of habits over the past year, they react quite hard to a PVM update. So these are probably going to be the best price Necromancy runes are going to be at for a while, until the hype kind of dies down at Sanctum, where they will drop off. So if you're looking to do some rune crafting, if you're looking to make some high profit per hour with a skill, if you need to go and get your rune ethereal outfit as well and want to make money doing it, it's a very good time to jump into Necromancy rune crafting. Now with Necromancy rune crafting, I do have a guide from a couple of weeks ago. I'll make sure to try and link it in, but make sure to be using your moonstone jewelry, which is probably why the moonstone jewelry here is rising, or moonstone itself rising. Because they will greatly benefit you in your rune crafting. So moving on from them, Necrite ore is up to 6k. That is a 1300 coin jump in a week, and Necronium bars do seem to be quite high as well. Necronium bars have started to go over 12k, and I have mentioned before that Orichalcum and Necronium seem to be the opposites. When Orichalcum goes down, Necronium goes up, so it seems to be Necronium's time to sort of push. But 6k for a Necrite ore is really good sort of GP, and could make mining viable. Mining in like fishing and woodcutting to a point. The gathering skills really don't make GP unless something heavily spiked, and Necrite ore going to that price could be a good reason. Gloom Shroom Zygamite is 260k. We have Powder Repentance at 1.3 mil. Pretty huge jump there, 250k, but again, PVM update, it was always going to go up somewhere. A Cultist Ring at 10.5 mil, which again, I believe it's going to be way higher, and because Necromancy seems to be the sort of meta at Sanctum, I would imagine it will go higher than that. Ashes, 1500 coins each. Fantastic way to go and train your combat is through the Abyss, and if you are looking to go and train your combat as well, if you have your Tomb of that's going to bank all your ashes as well, so another sort of huge benefit of training at the Abyss is you can make money through your Tomb of We have the Sash Brush, 161 mil. From experience, it is higher than that and a really good way to AFK. Papaya fruit is one of the best methods we mentioned in the video earlier in the week. 12.7k for papaya is unheard of at this point now, and especially with the fact you can do the throughback scrolls while doing other things, definitely look into it as well. I had a great comment on a video the other day which mentioned doing incense sticks. Qualm incense sticks at a minute, you can see here, are 30k each, which is crazy profit. So you could do that and do the papaya fruit bat method, and it will just bring you a lot of profit, and it'll be very good as well. The Necronium bar, we mentioned earlier on, 11.9k. Again, you're going to have to be really careful with all prices if you want to do Necronium bars. You will make huge profits, but you want to make sure that you're buying things for the correct price. If you buy things for the correct price, it will just mean there's more profit and more give in your selling prices as well. We have the Invoke Lord of Bones, 291 mil. Again, I think that's more because it's got a benefit at Sanctum and it'll help with Sanctum kills. Bainite ore, it's 5.6k. We have a Diamond Ring at 3.8. Cadaver Berries, because of the requirement for the quest, is 3.5k. And we have Hellfire Metal at a very strong 20.9k. Very good AFK method at the minute is Hellfire Metal. Same with Blood of Orcus, they're going to be solid for a while, and as well as doing binding contracts will be very good. Qualm Incense Sticks at 30.2k is a bit of a mad one, and I might be doing a little video on that in a week, because that is a very high price for the incense sticks. Extreme Necromancer Potion, 28.7k. We have U-Roots at 2.9k. Golden Roses, 1.6 mil. Definitely worth doing your het runs for the bushes. just for the golden roses per day, 1.6 mil is crazy money. And the fact that the penance powder is 1.3, it can justify that price, and it might even justify going higher. So even though we thought that the Hypno wand would sort of crash or have a huge effect on roses, I think the PVM updates come at the right time, and it's just gone up even more as well. And Bane Bar 12.3k, we saw the ore price was up as well, but again, really high price for a Bane Bar and a solid price there. Again, nothing's been mentioned about the possible sort of double XP coming, but I think it's starting to loom with just a couple of prices and just a couple of trends. And to be fair, like time-wise, we are kind of due a little bit as well. Mithril Bar 2k for that. A Fungal Bowstring is 851. Chef's Hat is 7.6k. Pretty sure that's just someone buying out the amounts on the Grand Exchange. Sapphire Ring 1.3k. Papyrus going up 2.1k because of a quest. You can buy this from the RD shop. Hellhound 140k, and I do think Hellhounds will go up because of the type of boss it is. There's a lot of learning to do to start with, and Hellhounds is going to be a very good way to make some profit. Again, binding contracts are just going to print for the next period. If you've got any binding contracts sat in your bank, now is the time to cash in because it's easy money basically. So yeah, if you've got any touch compass, do them. And if you've got any binding contracts, also jump on that as well. Rune Bolts 718, we have a 2k Sandstone block for 1.7. Sorrow Blue Flasks at 35.6, and U frames are now up 64.9k, which for a U frame is like, that's probably the best price it's been. Yeah, so for a long time the U frames were down, but it seems to be stomping back up now, which again, I think people are preempting a double XP here, but we shall see. The basic Slayer wildcard 82.5k. We have Powder Protection 297. Manuscriptures of Jazz 1 mil each. Pretty hefty there. Again, Kerapack will be some decent money. Kerapack will be quite fun to try with the new tier 95s. So that could be something I might actually go and have a look into. We have Soft Clay at 2k. We have the larger Vintage Crate at 5.2. And we also have some binding contracts here, both Kaug and Bloodveld. Very high. Kaug at 180, Bloodveld at 184. Again, just profit. You're going to have to spend a bit now to make your pouches, but by selling the binding contracts, you're going to make a lot of money back as well. We have Green Blubbers at 4.6. We have all the Hypno Wand and the Sash Brush pieces, which are just working their way back up. Rune Pouch 46.6. Fractured Staff of Armadale 2.1 bill. We have the Primary Brimstone at 3.4k. Really good way to make a little bit more money with archaeology. Go and take your notepaper, note them up. Blood of Orcus just under 20k, a little bit cheaper than the Hellfire, but it's still a really good price. And then finally, the Water Fiend contract at 131k. Now that is a weaker price rises. We have some things there. So we have binding contracts, we have the Blood of Orcus, Hellfire Metal. U frames are making money, so maybe it's time to look back into construction and frames, see if there's some profit to be there. Smithing and smithing bars are going off the charts. We have the golden roses. If you're able to do that sort of run every day, look at that. Papaya fruit, easy sort of way to make some GP at level 69 summoning. And ashes as well. If you're looking to train, there's a way to make huge profit and get some huge XP as well through the abyss. And then on top of that as well, we've got the ability to do powder penance and also do necromancy runecrafting. Necromancy runecrafting for the various methods, depending on your level, could easily pull in 15 to 25 mil profits per hour. And especially if you've not got that Rune Ethereal outfit, it's definitely a way to make some profit. Now, price falls. Again, we're going to be victim to the overrides from the beach. So we're going to skip a large chunk of this because, again, it's just items we don't really care about and we're just sort of wasting time going through it. I'd much rather sort of condense the price falls and just skip to the important items and save you guys for time. So Passing Bracelet 840k, again, fantastic upgrade for the account. It really is useful to have. So if you haven't got one, now's a good time to buy it because it is crashing, but you'll definitely get your money's worth. Meerkat Scrolls dropping to 9.9k, which again, I think there are anything clue scroll related is inflated, which we're going to speak about the item below in a second. But I think with Meerkat Scrolls, like, they're so limited coming into the game because they only come from clues. I don't know, I'd probably like buy up on any time we do have a dip. Manuscripts is a big finally dropping, and they did drop hard, just under 3 mil they've dropped, but I think the price was unsustainable anyway. No one's going to buy a big page for 14.1 mil. Everyone's just going to sit and hold out. For me personally, I'm not buying a big page until the 6 or 7 mil because Yes, the clue scrolls will make you profit in the long run, but I just think they're too expensive for what they are. But again, people will pay a price, and because people will pay a price, they will hold a price. So again, you just have to sort of pick out whenever we go a bit cheap and then jump in and take your chance then. Calcon bars dropping down 10.6k. Definitely want to keep an eye on, because I think once they go around 8k-ish, that's when they start becoming a buy option again, because they've been very volatile lately. And if we look at the past 6 months, they've done nothing but sort of go up and bounce and up and bounce and up and bounce. And this is their major run. It'd be interesting to see where they drop. So definitely one we'll look into next week and pick up on next week when we see what sort of price it gets to. Spring's surprisingly gone back down. I was expecting them to sort of like go back up and continue to go back up. But again, we'll keep an eye on those as well. Willow combo, 1 mil, which is quite cheap for a fortunate. Maybe one to keep an eye out as well. Blue Dragon Hide 532, definitely a really good free-to-play money-making method. Is just to tan those and get those shifted on. Greater Ghosty Ink, 11.4k. We got Meerkat Pouches, it's 83.3. We have Adamant Bolts at 176. Oak Planks at 742. And an Uncut Diamond is 768. So really good crafting XP there for a double XP if you've got a spare couple of bit of GP and you want to buy over time. So Amulet's Power is now 6.1k. The Imperium set from the Tier 92 AOD set are on the way down. 400 mil for a wand and 303 for a core. I believe they are actually lower than this. And considering the prices of the new Tier 95s now, I imagine they will go down a considerable amount because, yeah, the Tier 95s are very cheap at the minute. Codex of Lost Knowledge, 26 mil. Augmenter is 343k. We have Airrune at 47 GP each. Ethereum Alloy at 4.2. Agrana Cadentine at 1.2k. Medium Adamant Salvage at 5.9. In Radiant Energy, another one of the Divination Energies going back down to 369 GP each. Regular Ritual Candle, 725. And we finally have Felt, just under 4k. Always going to happen after people sort of completed their Demonheim stuff. Always due to go down. And then finally, the Battle Staff, which is 4.2k, which, again, Battle Staff is just such a solid buy because it's free money, like 4.2k here. And the Fire Orb, 123 GP each. So for 4.4k, you can sell them on a Grand Exchange for something like 7.4 or Alchem for 9.6 or whatever it is. Just free money with Battle Staffs, and yeah. So that is going to be the end of this video. We don't have to look at Dragon Bones for this week because we've now sold them. Now moving on to the Eric Bones and working my way through, but they did drop, so we cashed out at a good time. We cashed out, I think I sold them for like 2180-ish, so I actually didn't do too bad in the end. I did make profit on them. They were 1.8k when I bought them, so yeah, some decent profit there. But going to be a long one this week, but a huge week of price rises. Probably one of the best ones we've seen. Nothing but moneymakers scattered throughout there. A lot of shifting stuff happening in the economy at the minute, and a very strange Runescape free economy as well. So we'll keep updated on that. We'll keep Marketwatch going. Thank you guys for watching. If you have enjoyed, please make sure to give me a like, subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.